snacks, and that's a no-no. If I'm hungry, then I'm hunting, always on the go.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Deontay Johnson. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Steelers and the Raiders on Sunday night.
Now from a field that will host Super Bowl 58 come February, there's a good look inside Allegiant Stadium just off the 15 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
Off play action, Pickett. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Najee Harris, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down. You look at this Raiders defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To the air on first down with Pickett. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Connor Hayward, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are on the board first here in Vegas. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. On second down, here's Garoppolo. Under pressure, they got him again. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
That's good for 28 yards. A first carry for Najee Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Fighting his way through contact. The danger of a punt that good? A 16-yard return. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. That's caught downfield by Pickens. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from 21 yards away. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Garoppolo now. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Harris. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Now Pickett. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
T.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Jacobs going to try the middle. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Peterson. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Christian McCaffrey, 4 touchdown runs. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, another doubleheader. Philly and Tampa at 7:15, followed by the Super Bowl rematch from a couple of years ago. The Rams and Bengals from Cincinnati. We got a fine first half out of the former Alabama man, Najee Harris. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half. Because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, now Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Now it's Peterson. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down. Going to let one fly for Robinson. That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Allen Robinson, 71 yards. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Allen Robinson who caps things off with a touchdown. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here we go, here we go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fielded at about the 28. And bulldozing his way through. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He's got this to Pickens. Touchdown! George Pickens. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing. Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player.
Here we go.
One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seen the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game. And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 54 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to run with Harris. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And taken right on the 30. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
But that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, that threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Stand up. Do the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro. You ain't going like this. In my part C straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade.